All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is the DMV Web Doctor located in Bowie, Maryland. And today, the Weave Doctor is going to be talking about some topics about, trying to, I know a lot of different stylists and business owners, they are really struggling during this time. And I know they're talking about they're having another round, I guess, of stimulus checks and other PPP2 loans and SBA loans coming out. And so, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. And I'm just so glad that the main attractions and Weave Doctor has been able to make it this far. Hallelujah. I mean, I think with this type of thing, you need to start shouting and doing a praise dance if you still here in 2021. Okay. So the reason why we are doing this today is just to show you some things, just talk about some of the funding that's out there and also some of the precautions that you want to take. I know a lot of people did the first PPP loan, and I think that actually was an excellent opportunity. In fact, I think it might have been a little bit too good. That's why now for the PPP2 loan, it is now going to be more difficult. It's going to be more strenuous. So, there, because I think the problem was that a lot of people got those loans and they really did not need the money. And then also with a lot of different data out there, they found out that a lot of people did not do as bad as they thought they were going to do. So, they probably didn't end up needing the some of these funding as much of the funding that they gave out to the people that they thought that they were were going to initially need it. Everybody, when this first started happening, when they started shutting down businesses, everybody was panicking. So, I think they were a little bit too free. And I know some people, they were getting hooked up, and and some people I've heard that were helping other people to their advantage. And some of those people might not need it to get a PPP loan. So now this go around, it is going to be more strict. In fact, I know that you have to prove, and this is going to be difficult. I know that now the Democrats are in office, and I'm not necessarily a Democrat. I'm a libertarian. I have more somewhat conservative views, maybe not a full-out Republican, but I kind of find along those lines as far as libertarian and Republican views. And I know that a lot of people, Connie, I know that the Democrats want to save everybody, but in this PPP loan, actually, they have put out a very strict guideline. Number one, you need to prove that you have 20%. I think 20 is anywhere from 20 to 30% a proven reduction in your different receipts. So it's not going to be like last time. I heard it's going to be more strenuous. So and they said they're not going to let the banks tell you everything. A lot of this stuff, if you get the PPP2, you need to make sure you do your research extensively. You might even want to talk to somebody. I guess maybe that, luckily I'm a part of a lot of different organizations, and we were privy to be on a meeting. I mean, the lady was an excellent presenter. She helps to give out information to top executives, top corporations. So and this lady was very much on it. She told us that the document was 5,000 pages long, and Connie Child's sister girlfriend read almost every page. Okay, so that's pretty much the main thing with the PPP loan this go around. It's going to be more strict, and it's going to be, and that's why I'm not sure if I'm going to apply for the PPP2. And another thing, sometimes with these different loans that they have out, they don't tell you all the guidances in the different particulars in the beginning. In fact, a lot of us, they said that this loan was forgivable for the PPP, the first one, and some of us, we're still waiting to apply to make sure all of that is locked in. I know Congress and some of the different other I guess major different type of government agencies and different people like that were just disputing a lot of things on it. Even the fact that were we going to be able to deduct some of the deductions and also the money that we received, that it was not going to be taxable income. So it's just a lot of things. And we don't know what's going to happen to PPP2. And so getting back to who is this loan for? And that's what that's what the Weed Doctor want to know. Okay. Now we know Biden and Kamala Harris, they want to help people, but this loan is, what I'm saying. So some of these rules, I see y'all Democrats are showing out. You're having too much fun in over there in Congress's land. So the PPP too definitely was not. I think maybe some of it could be because we're in a different administration. It's not going to be the exact same rules that apply. You definitely going to have to. It's not going to be self-explanatory. You're going to have to look into it. Just make sure that you know what you're signing into. For everybody that applies, you need to keep all your documentation, everything that you spend, how the monies was spent, and all of that. Also, and also they have sometimes your local government agencies. Some of them have good, and some of them you got to watch out. There's some bad loans out there that they're saying they're trying to help people, especially minorities. You want to, and that's a lot of the rhetoric that we're hearing nowadays, that this money is going to be going to minorities. This is going to be going to people that really need it, and that may be true. But just be careful and make sure that you don't get screwed in the end. Okay. All right. So then, so we talked about the PPP. Now we're going on to the S to the B to the A. And I'm actually a little bit more excited about the SBA because number one, people who applied initially, they had promised us, Congress had promised us $10,000 grant. A lot of people did not get it. I know I did not. And so now with some of the things that have been changed, they're saying that they're going to give business owners the leftover that they did not get the full advance. They're promising the full advance. So, honey, SBA, you could be hearing from me very soon, okay? All right, remember me. Remember to give Chelsea her money, okay? Yes, honey, I'm going to be sitting right there bright and early, writing to get the rest of my advancement, okay? So I can advance right on to glory. So that is a very good thing. All those that apply, they're going to be supposedly this, but a lot of these, I think I'm learning that a lot of these things, because they say it takes time, and then things can change too later on down the line. And so the other thing about the SBA, I like it. The people who did, a lot of people might have been granted more money initially. Some people, girl, they was greedy. They took all the money that they can get. They wasn't thinking about doing loans, 30-year loans. Girl, they didn't care. With a 2.356 interest, girl, they was all over that money, honey. Girl, they was on it. So a lot of people took advantage and took all the money. However, me, I was a little bit more gracious with that. And they gave us, they told us that if you want to give more of your funding, maybe 1 to 2 years down the line, that you can. So so that's always an alternative. If you weren't greedy, honey. And some of y'all know if y'all was being greedy or not. Okay. So so that was a good one. The first go around the SBA. And the other thing is that as business owners, it's always good to, I try to encourage people. I've been every time throughout my whole career, I just try to make sure I keep setting goals for myself and trying to be as legitimate business as possible. Sometimes it's tough to get all the taxing, all these things in order, getting the banks, getting a real bank, sign up with a real bank, getting your DBA, getting your, signing up with the different agencies, such as getting your DUNS number and your cage number and all those things. All these things are going to help you to go into your future and, help you to be in a place where you can accept some of these things. The reason why a lot of people, especially, a lot of different minorities, the people that are in this in our area, I live in PG County, and it's pretty much all African Americans for the majority. And a lot of them were not unable, especially in my field, to receive anything because they just did not file their taxes. And that was pretty much the main thing. And they did not have a bank institution that their business was underneath. So I guess the other last thing, I think they said if your credit score was under 650, a lot of people was denied. So, it's just so many different things. And it was just a blessing for me because the year right before this happened, I had been working towards to bring up my credit. And child, I'm gonna get me an 800 one of these days, okay? So, and that's the type of attitude that you have to have. Keep on rising towards the future. Okay, don't get comfortable sometimes as business owners, especially if you make pretty much just going off the cusp. you're not necessarily, sometimes when people, I find when they major in this in school, they may take it more, they're a little bit too strategic and not practical. While sometimes people who did not, that was not business majors, they're a little bit too practical and not strategic. So, we got to make sure that we balance that out. You don't, you don't want to be at the different ends too far on the spectrum. You want to try to find some way in the middle so that you're being practical, you're making your money. However, you're also finding ways to really set yourself apart and become a real quote unquote business that like a lot of these other businesses that got some of these funding. Now, as far as the SBA, now that girl, I don't know who that funding was for. Now, I know they said they was going to give it to us, or quote unquote, and I know, and I am a minority. And so I'm like, okay, so who is this money for? For the number one. Now, let's got my facts straight. If you are, you have to show, I believe it's somewhere between the 20 and 30% range. You got to fact check me on that one. That you had in one of those quarters, and they're still working on some of these, some of the verbiage for this. So that's another thing, but I'm finding out with some of these loans, you're dealing with some lawyers out here in these streets. You need to make sure, you know what I'm saying, before you sign up for stuff, make sure that these things have been set in stone. There has been some different back and forth saying, is it 30% for that quarter? You mean, so pretty much 4 months out of the year, or for that whole entire year? So we're pretty much at this time, I think people are just focusing on the quarter. I mean, I hope so that happens too. Okay. So pretty much they're going to just be focusing mainly on that quarter. You got to have proven that you making less money, because so many y'all greedy treaties that messed it up for the common folk in America. Okay, now we got to go through all these strict rules with the SBA number 2. Okay, and so so that's one of the big things. A lot of people, most businesses, I think, qualify for that. Now the other one that I really had a problem with, and I really thought that it was kind of sad, especially they said that you have to, I believe it was a tax credit area, where you are pretty much like you're in a designated area where it's kind of like you're in a lower income where the poverty level's at a certain level. And I Googled, me being nosy, I Googled several of the surrounding neighborhoods where we live at. And guess what, honey? If you live in this area, unless they make a special rule for you, you will not be able to apply for the SBA. And it's sad, because I think the SBA has some of the best, situation. That's why it's good sometimes to just be on the know. It was sad. A lot of people I know, they didn't even know about the SBA loan until months after the fact, after they done gave up all the money. So it's good to try to be a part of different government agencies, local assemblies that are addressing some of these issues. Girl, subscribe, look into your government, your local people in your area, your city that are saying that they have some of these funds, so that you can be able to access these things, because a lot of these things, they do not last forever. And sometimes, I guess in this situation, they're going to be only helping those. And I looked at several areas. I truly honestly believe that they're trying to help HUD, people who are living in a HUD environment. I guess where it's been saying, this is pretty much an underdeveloped type of neighborhood. I guess maybe something that needs to get I guess the land, I guess maybe the dollar value of the properties in that area is just down. Maybe there's not a lot of people that's employed, so it's, I feel like it's going to be a little bit messy. That's another one that I don't have to necessarily apply. I can probably just try to receive the rest of the funds that I received on the first go round. So this time around, it's going to be a little bit different. Some things that I've been doing recently, just trying to make sure that you save your money. I know some of y'all, when y'all getting some of these funds, y'all buying new cars, pocketbooks, cheetah bears, weed, all types of popping pills and everything else. This money is not for any type of recreational fun. And and that's another thing with the two girl, they're gonna be on your back. So just make sure that the people that I was speaking with, these are very highly educated, top of the line people in America who are associated with a lot of different congressmen and things like that. And they were talking about this PPP and some of these different loans. They're going to be more strict this go around. So make sure that you get educated out there. Girl, don't be don't get no long, don't don't go down during this. We already went through all our life. We had to fight with this pandemic. Make sure that you just educate yourself on some of the different opportunities that we have out there. Talk to some people. Make sure and make sure that this is going to be the best thing for you. All right. We hope that you have a wonderful evening, and we will be back. We're going to do another video today. All right. Thank you so much, and please feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching our channel. Have a wonderful evening.